Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji. In this video, I'm going to show you how the work sets work in BIM 360. You see, I have Autodesk Docs here and I'm using Revit 2022. This might be a different name here in different versions of Revit, but if you go to whatever is here, whether it says BIM 360 files or Autodesk Docs, you see different projects that you're involved with. And I want to go to workset test project files. So you see there is nothing here yet, right? So I want to create a project, share it in this location on BIM 360, and then I want to change the workset. So how about I open a new project? Maybe I can go with metric architectural template. Okay. So let's say if I want to share this file on BIM 360, I need to go to collaborate and I need to go to collaborate from here, save the model and continue. So the first time you want to share your model on cloud, it will not allow you to do so if it's not saved anywhere on your computer. So first I'm going to save my file locally. So I want to name this project as workset. And maybe you can change the number of backups. I'll go with 1, you can go with 3, but 20 maybe is too much. Okay, I'm just gonna save this file locally on my computer. Now after you save it, it's gonna give you the option to actually save it on cloud. I want to go with in the cloud because that's where the BIM 360 files are. Okay. It's gonna take me to my BIM 360 files. I'm gonna go to the project, this one, and you should save your Revit files in project files folder. So I want to name it as workset. That's good. That's just to try worksets today. I'm gonna save it here under project files folder. If everything goes well, it's gonna have a green check mark here on all the items. Workset has been saved to the folder. This is the name of the folder and that's the name of the Revit file. So I'm going to say OK. Now I want to talk about worksets here. If I go to worksets, you see that for now we are on workset 1, right? So how about I just draw something in workset 1 just so you see how it works. I'm going to create a wall, maybe going from level 1 to level 2, just some walls. Okay, so this is in workset 1. How do I know? If I select the wall in the properties menu, it's going to show that it's in workset 1. Now I want to create another workset. Let's say maybe I'm responsible for the landscape design, right? So I want to go to collaborate. I want to go to worksets and I want to create a new one. I'm going to name it as landscape. Visible in all views, yes. Okay, so now it's editable, yes. I'm the owner, etc., etc. Visible, yes. Opened, yes. So if I hit OK, do you want to make it active? I want to say yes. That's the active workset. So whatever I create right now, it's gonna be in the landscape workset. So how about I just put some trees? I'm gonna put 2 trees here. Okay, hit escape. So I have a set of walls which are in workset 1. I have 2 trees which are in workset landscape. And the difference between the two is that I own this one, the landscape, but the other one is actually not owned by me. Okay, so I want to say OK, save this file, and you can also synchronize it with Central. Everything should have a green check mark here. It's gonna save to Central and to local both, so keep your local file, so it's all good. Now I want to close the file and you see it's gonna show me a message. So I'm gonna close the file. It's gonna ask me, do you want to relinquish elements and worksets or you want to keep them? So I want to show you how it works if I keep them. Remember that I own actually the 2 trees in the workset landscape. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the second option for now. It closed the file. How about I sign out and sign in as a different user and show you how it works. So I'm gonna sign out. Now let's assume someone else is signed in. So now a different user is signed in. If the other user goes to their account, and let's go to the same project folder, they would see this Revit file, right? So I would like to publish the latest because as you notice here it says update available. So I want to go with publish latest. So it's gonna show me all the changes in the file. When it's done processing, there is this check mark here, latest published. I want to open the Revit file. So we're going to open it from here, from Autodesk Docs. So it's going to automatically open it from the cloud. So now I'm a different user accessing the same file. If I go to worksets, right, you see that one of them is owned by Hoda.Ganji, but I'm actually a different user right now. Okay, and you remember the walls were in workset 1, right? And see the settings for workset 1. It's not owned by anyone specifically. So if I want to change something here, let's say if I want to go with 18 meters, it's totally okay. There is no issues. Or if I want to go with 15 meters here, there are no issues. Why? Because workset 1 was not owned by anyone. Now see what happens if I try to, let's say, move one of these trees. And you remember it's in workset landscape and it's done and edited by Hoda.Ganji. So if I move it somewhere else, it's gonna ask me to ask the other user to give you permission to change it. So I want to place a request. Okay, and my request has been sent, right? Now I want to leave it. So unless the other person gives me requests, I cannot change or edit or modify the object which is in their workset. Now let's say me as the second user, I'm responsible for furniture design. Okay, and in that case I would go to collaborate worksets. I want to make a new one and I would like to name it as interior design. Okay, so now I'm the owner of this new workset. Everything I create, the other user, if they want to change it, has to put a request for me. And you see I borrowed something from workset 1, so everyone can edit that. So this seems okay. I want to say okay. Do you want to make it active workset? Yes. And now whatever I draw, let's say if I put some furnitures, it's gonna be in the interior design workset by the new user. Okay, so you got the idea. Now I want to leave here and go to the other settings. So I want to close the file, but before doing that you can synchronize it. Or if I try to close it from here, it's gonna ask me, do you want to synchronize it or you just want to close it? I want to say I want to synchronize. So if you forget to synchronize it first, it's gonna ask you and it's gonna put it on this location. That's the name of the project folder that I created. That's the name of the Revit file and it's all in Autodesk Docs. So that all looks good. I'm gonna say okay. Again, we need to have these check marks here. If you don't have enough room on your local computer, there might be issues with those check marks. So I want to sign out. And let's say I want to sign in again as the other user, which was Hoda.Ganji. So I want to sign in as the other user. So you see, actually, the name also changed here. I can open the project from Autodesk Docs. workset test project files, and you see it was last modified by sas.beam, and there's some update available. So I want to publish the latest. Then I want to open the file. And now as soon as I open as the first user again, it's going to show me that request that the other user put for moving the tree. So if I say grant, now they can move the tree. So if you're the owner of a workset, this is what's going to happen. And see that this user again can move the walls easily or resize them or anything because they were in workset 1. I'm gonna go to workset landscape. Now I want to add some more trees so I can show you something different. Okay, so these trees are again in workset landscape. Okay, so I want to save the file and I can synchronize it with central. Synchronize now. So I synchronize the file. Now I want to close it. But this time I want to relinquish the worksets. Let's say maybe this is the last time I'm working on this file and someone else is taking over, or maybe in a different case, I would like different people to be able to work on my workset without needing to put any requests. So you notice the other time I kept the ownership. This time I want to relinquish the ownership. So I want to go with this one. Okay, now let's say I would sign out and sign in as the second user. So now it's the other user. Under Autodesk Docs, I can go to work test folder, and you see there is some update available by the first user, so I can publish the latest. Now that it's updated, I can open the file. Okay, now you see these items, they are in landscape, but if I want to move them, it will not ask me to ask for permission from the first user, because as you noticed the last time I worked on this file as the first user, I relinquished the ownership. Okay, so that's the difference, right? So let's say if one of you works on interior design of the space, one of you works on landscape or something like that, you can go with two different work sets, so you accidentally wouldn't change something that the other person is working on. But if you are done with some part, you can relinquish elements so everyone can modify it. Even the older trees, if I want to move them, it's not going to ask to put a request because it was relinquished.